Lean bulking. Is it really possible to gain weight and build muscle while staying lean throughout? Do you not have to eat big to get big? Well, let's rewind things quickly. As a lot of you may know, I started off my fitness journey extremely skinny with next to no muscle mass or size. And fast forward to now, and this is me after gaining over 30 kilos in weight. You see, I was always told I had to eat 6 huge meals a day, burgers and, lots of cheat meals to put on any size. But for me, that really just didn't sound appealing whatsoever. Ultimately, I wanted to gain weight and build muscle and then maintain that lean muscular physique. I wanted something where I actually felt healthy and I actually felt, confident in my own body and actually looked good and felt good all year round, rather than, eating like crap, feeling like crap, and as a result, actually looking like crap for half of the journey. And this is where lean bulking came into place. As you can see from these progress photos and throughout my entire journey, I've always maintained a lean physique whilst gaining muscle mass and weight consistently. And in this video, I'm going to release the exact blueprint on how to master the lean bulk. And to do this, I'm going to explain the process in 4 simple steps. So the diet, training, the mindset, and some extra tips too. So without further ado, let's jump into it. Number 1, the diet. Now, before consuming any type of food, it's important to have a goal in place, because you don't want to be just shooting in the dark and eating random bits of food without a clear structure and a clear goal. The lean bulking especially, you want to start at a fairly low body fat percentage. So this would be around 10 to 15%. And if you're any higher than that, you probably need to cut. Once you're aware that you're either underweight or you have a low body fat percentage, then you'll need to start the lean bulk. So to do this, you'll need to find out what your daily calorie expenditure is. And to figure this out, all that you need to do is take a few measurements. So this would be your weight and your height and things like that. And you can actually enter it into a calorie calculator. And from that, you'd be able to get your maintenance calorie levels. And this would be the daily calories that you need to maintain your weight. So for example, if you worked out that your daily calorie expenditure was 3,000 calories, then you need to add an extra 200 to 400 calories on top of that. So you'd be hitting 3,200 to 3,400 calories per day to be in that lean bulk surplus. Now, in terms of what's made up of these calories, you want to make sure that you have a high protein diet. So this would be 0.8 to 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. And this would just ensure that your body has enough protein and that you're actually building muscle. And in terms of the protein sources, I'd go for things such as like mince and chickens and eggs, and just a mix of high quality protein sources. Other than protein, you need to be eating a clean diet. And a lot of people get this confused. They hear clean diet and think that you just have to eat loads of salad or just green and such a boring diet. But you can actually have very good meals that are still healthy for you, still nutritious, and still clean as well. So one option could be this Mexican burrito that's just made of mince, rice, a wrap, avocado, and beans. And it's so tasty, has a good amount of protein, good amount of calories, and it's pretty healthy too. So the healthy options don't always have to be boring or bland. They can actually be really good. You also want to avoid processed foods and added sugars too. You'll just want to have a balanced diet. So in terms of progressing your weight and gaining more weight, the best method is to weigh yourself. And one thing that I like to do is just weigh myself once per week. So this would be in the mornings, before I've eaten anything or before I've drunk anything. And this just gives the most accurate response. So for example, if I haven't gained weight for, like 2 weeks or 3 weeks or even longer, it would be at that point where I actually increase my daily calorie intake. So I'd add an extra 100 to 200 calories to my daily calories already. And this would just ensure that we're able to build muscle and continue to gain weight too. An easy method to do this would literally just be adding an extra, scoop of peanut butter to my shake, or adding an extra 100 or 200 calories to one of my meals. Now, as you have all of this fuel from the nutrition, this is a perfect opportunity to maximize this when you're on your lean bulk. So once you're comfortable with all of the lifts and how to do the exercises and all the forms, this is where I focus on the intensity. So focus on training hard and training really intense and, close to, or if not to, failure. And this is where you can really just maximize your bulk. For the exercises, compound lifts are great as they target more than one muscle group and are always amazing to include within your training. So there are actually some key lifts that I'd always include within my training, regardless of what split I'm actually doing. And these lifts would be a row exercise, a type of squat and a deadlift, an incline press, and then curls and lateral raises. And then you can add in extra exercises to fill out your split. Of course you can build muscle without these lifts, however these are just some fundamentals that have worked amazingly for me. So for example, if you can only train 3 days a week, do a full body split times 3, 4 days upper lower times 2, 5 days upper lower Arnold split, 6 days push-pull legs times 2. But if you wanted something fully customized to you, so custom workout and nutrition plan, one-to-one weekly check-ins and habit tracking features and more, you can apply to my one-to-one coaching via the first link in the description. Anyways, you're lean bulking, but should you still do cardio? Well, bulking isn't an excuse to completely cut out cardio, and cardio can actually be very helpful for, training and building muscle, because if for example you're in the gym and you're doing a lift and your cardiovascular endurance goes before your strength endurance and means that you're not able to complete as many sets, that's basically just restricted you and limited your gains to an extent. So having a good cardio or a decent level of cardio can actually be really good. But of course, if you do add cardio within your routine, then it'll mean that you do need to add extra calories to your daily calorie intake too. Now, another myth is that people think it's impossible to eat a lot of clean calories and to eat a healthy diet with a high calorie intake too. Take my diet for example. I've got an extremely high metabolism and I'm 6'4" and I've been training for over 4 years now. So I need to eat a lot in order to gain weight, and this is my current setup for 4,500 calories. So I'd have a shake, steak and eggs, feta pasta and a yogurt bowl, and that's literally it. You see, I'm not force feeding myself or eating so many different meals. It's literally just a couple of meals and a shake, and it's very easy to stick to. It just shows that if you space your meals out and you have calorie dense foods too, that lean bulking and eating a clean diet with high calories can be very possible and very doable. The last thing about the mindset is that you guys need to trust the process. Create a calculated plan. Don't switch up too quickly or too soon, as many people get so impatient after just a week or two of dieting and just give it up. And you'll never see any progress if you're continuing to switch it up and you're not building that consistency. So at least try it for a good month or two first before considering, switching up and trying something new. But I can assure you, if you literally just track your lifts, track your calories, track your protein, measure everything and just stay consistent, you'll definitely see progress and definitely see results. And here are the other key aspects for your training and for your nutrition too. So aiming for 8 hours of sleep where possible, progressively overloading via things like increasing the weight, reps, rest time, or anything else. And you'd also want to have a lot of water. So aim for 2 to 4 liters of water per day, as this can actually help with your appetite since it expands your stomach and also helps with minimizing fatigue when training. In terms of supplements, these aren't essential, but protein powder, creatine, vitamin D, fish oils, and magnesium and zinc can all be very helpful, but assess your diet first to see if you're actually deficient in these supplements. So that's been the complete lean bulking guide. And if you wanted to see meals and recipes of how to cook, sandwiches and things that you can have with your work or with your studies, you can click this video right here, where I make 3 high calorie, high protein sandwiches and baguettes. And yeah, it's just super helpful for meal prep. But as always guys, drop a like, drop a subscription, and I'll catch you next time.